Okay, so this is actually a little embarrassing to admit. I sat on this stuff for almost 4 months. I had the tools open, I had the tabs, I even watched the videos, and I still told myself I didn't know where to start. 4 months. And then one random Thursday night, I just did it. Made $2 or $14 in the first week. I'm going to show you exactly how. Real quick, I'm Alex. This channel is about one thing: using AI to make actual money, not theory, not fluff. I'll show you what I try, what it pays, and what doesn't work. 2 years ago, I was doing logistics work out here in Atlanta, pulling maybe $38,000 a year, coming home tired every night. Started messing with AI tools after my shift just to see what was possible. 6 months later, I walked out of that job for good. So yeah, I've been where you are right now. Let's get into it. Here's the thing I want to call out directly because I see it in the comments constantly. People say, I don't know where to start. And honestly, I said the same thing. But real talk, that's not the real problem. The real problem is that starting feels dumb until it works. That's it. You open a tool, you don't know what to make, you feel like you're doing it wrong, and you close the tab. I did that cycle for 4 months straight. 4 months of I'll figure this out later. What finally broke it for me was somebody in a forum, I think it was a Reddit thread, can't even remember which one, just said, pick one output that people already pay for. Not a business, not a brand, just an output, a deliverable, something you can hand to somebody and they hand you money back. And I started thinking about what businesses around me actually needed. I'm in Atlanta, right? There's no shortage of small businesses here. Food spots, barbershops, real estate agents, fitness trainers, photographers, all of them trying to look professional online. And most of them have terrible slide decks, terrible pitch documents, terrible social content. Not because they're bad at their job, they're amazing at their job. They just don't have time to make stuff look good. And I'm like, wait, I can make professional presentations and marketing one pages in like 10 minutes with AI. People pay for that. Like actual money. This was the unlock, not some complicated system. Just here's a problem people have. Here's what they'll pay to solve it. Here's the tool that does most of the work. Sound too simple? That's exactly what I thought. Keep watching. The tool is Gamma, Gamma, Gamma.app. If you haven't heard of it, Gamma is an AI presentation and document builder. You type in a topic or a prompt and it builds you a fully designed, professional looking presentation or one pager in about 60 seconds. We're talking real layouts, real design, images included, everything formatted, not a blank PowerPoint template, an actual finished product. And here's the part that matters. The free plan is genuinely usable. You get AI credits every day on the free tier. It's not one of those free tools where you hit a wall after 2 slides. You can create real deliverables on the free plan, especially when you're starting out. What makes Gamma different from just using Canva or PowerPoint is the speed. I'm not designing anything. I'm not picking fonts. I'm not hunting for images. I describe what I want and it builds it. Then I go in and tweak it, change a color here, swap out a photo there, and that takes maybe 5 minutes on top of the minute it took to generate. The output looks legitimately good. I've shown Gamma built presentations to people and they asked what design agency I use. No cap. That actually happened. And the use cases are everywhere. Pitch decks for small businesses, menu redesigns formatted as proposals, social media content calendars laid out as branded documents, new employee onboarding packets, event proposals. The list is long. Businesses need this stuff constantly and most of them do not want to make it themselves. This is the tool, free, fast, the work looks professional. Let's talk about how to actually make money with it. Here's exactly how I set this up. Step by step, no gaps. Step 1, create your Gamma account. Go to gamma.app. Sign up with your Google account. Done. You're in. Free plan, no credit card, no tricks. Step 2, pick your one offer. Don't try to do everything. I started with one thing, pitch decks and business one pages for small businesses. That's it. One offer, you are the person who makes your business look professional fast. Simple. Step 3, build a sample. This is important and most people skip it. Before you go find clients, make 2 or 3 samples using Gamma. Pick fake businesses, a bakery, a personal trainer, a barbershop, and build them a clean pitch deck or a service menu. Takes you maybe 20 minutes total. Now you have a portfolio. You have something to show. Step 4, find your first client. Here's where I went. Facebook groups for local Atlanta small businesses and Nextdoor. I also just walked into a couple of spots near me. I messaged people and said something like, hey, I make professional pitch decks and marketing documents for small businesses. I just did a sample for a bakery concept. Want me to send it over? First one's free so you can see the quality. That's it. Not a pitch, just an offer to show them something. Step 5, deliver, collect, repeat. When someone says yes, you take their info, what they do, who their customer is, what vibe they want. You go into Gamma, punch in the prompt, tweak the output for about 10 minutes, export as PDF, and send it back. Then you say, liked it? I can do monthly updates, social content packages, or a full brand document pack for X dollars. That's your upsell. That's where the real money is. First payment I got was $75 through Cash App. A lady running a mobile hair and makeup business in Decatur needed a client proposal template. Done in maybe 40 minutes total, including back and forth. $75. So let me break down what actually happened that first week. Thursday night. This was a random Thursday in October. I finished 2 sample decks, one for a fake food truck, one for a personal trainer. Took me maybe an hour total. Posted in a couple of local Facebook groups the next morning, Friday, around 8 a.m. before work. Just said I was offering professional business presentations and asked if anyone needed one. By Friday afternoon, I had 3 responses. One was spam, but 2 were real. First one, a guy running a pressure washing company who needed a quote proposal template to send to commercial clients. Paid me $85 via PayPal. I made his thing in Gamma in about 30 minutes. Second one, a woman who ran a small event planning business. She needed a full services deck to pitch corporate clients. That one I charged $130 because it was more detailed, multiple pages, custom copy, more back and forth. She paid me through Cash App that same weekend. So just those two, $215 in the first week, working maybe 3 hours total, including the samples I made as practice. Week 2, I picked up 2 more. Same approach. By the end of the month, I was doing this part-time, evenings mostly, and had pulled in just over $900. Not quit your job money right away, but, and I want to be clear here, that is real money for maybe 10 to 15 hours of work across the whole month. That's a real hourly rate. And what started to happen after month 2 was repeat business. People come back. The pressure washing guy messaged me 3 weeks later needing a revised version. The event planner referred me to someone she knew. The clients start coming to you once the first few are happy. That's when I realized this wasn't just a one-time thing. This was a repeatable thing. Okay, here's where I have to be honest, because I wasted time on this. My first mistake, and I see beginners do this every single time, is trying to make the output perfect before you show anyone. I spent an entire weekend rebuilding one of my sample decks like 4 times, tweaking colors, rewriting headlines, changing the layout. Nobody had even asked for it yet. I was just spinning. Here's the truth. The client doesn't know what perfect looks like for their business. You do, and you learn that by talking to them, not by staring at a deck alone at midnight. The first version you show them is always going to need tweaks anyway. That's normal. That's actually good. It means they're engaged. They're giving you feedback. They feel ownership over the thing you're building together. A client who gives you notes is a client who's going to pay you. So stop perfecting samples nobody has asked for. Get 2 decent samples done, like genuinely decent, not sloppy, and go find a real human to say yes or no. The feedback from an actual potential client is worth 10 hours of solo tweaking. The second mistake, don't undercharge because you're scared. $75 to $150 for a professional pitch deck that took you 40 minutes is not robbery. That's a fair rate. I know my mom would have said, charge what your work is worth. She didn't do all that to raise somebody who works for free. Charge your rate. Let me be straight with you here because I don't do hype. If you do this part-time, like evenings and weekends, and you close 2 to 3 clients a week at $75 to $150 per project, you're looking at $600 to $1,800 a month. That's the realistic range for someone just starting, working maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. If you get good at this and start landing slightly bigger clients, small agencies, real estate teams, coaches, those projects run $200 to $500 each. You do 5 of those in a month. That's $1,000 to $2,500 extra. Still part-time. The ceiling goes up fast if you add recurring packages, monthly retainers for content documents, quarterly deck updates, stuff like that. That's where the income gets consistent instead of project by project. But none of that happens if you don't start. Sitting on this information doesn't pay anything. Trying it on a Thursday night does. Listen, if you've been watching videos about AI side hustles for a while and you still haven't started, this is the one. Gamma is free. The clients are real. The process works. I'm showing you exactly what I did. Do me a favor and subscribe because next week I'm breaking down something I've been quiet about for a minute. I'm going to show you how to take this exact same setup and pitch it to clients you never have to talk to on the phone. Full async workflow, email only, and I'll show you the exact message template I use. That video is going to save you a lot of awkward conversations. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and tell me what city you're in. I'm curious who's watching from where, and go make something tonight. Seriously, tonight. I'll see you in the next one.